What's up, guys? It's Ben 2000 yugioh, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero, and today, guys, you're watching another episode of the Structure Deck Wars. Stick around. So today's video is going to be a very cool matchup, very Halloween themed, if you will. It is Samurai Warlords versus Zombie Horde. That's right, guys. So this is going to be interesting. It's basically like samurais versus zombies. Ooh, I'm stoked. So if you're new to this series, the Structure Deck Wars, basically what this is that this video is an ongoing series where we are trying to determine what is the strongest Yu-Gi-Oh structure deck in all of the Yu-Gi-Oh structure decks that Konami's created so far. So a lot of times it's an older structure deck versus a newer structure deck, and it's very interesting. Everything has been randomized. This is episode 14, and as soon as this episode's done, round 1 of the whole tournament is done. And then we go into round 2, and then consecutively. It's single elimination, one structure deck versus one structure deck, and we've got Zombie Horde versus Samurai Warlords. So, without further ado, guys, now that you know the rules of this segment, let's go see who's gonna win. Alright guys, there you have it. The winner of this was Samurais, which I know was shocking, but you're looking at the zombie structure deck right now first, and there's a reason for that. With this new style of doing the segment, I prefer to do the loser first, and then talk about the winner. So, the big reason why this deck lost, the primary reason why this deck lost, I think, is because it has a bunch of needless zombies in it. Zombies that don't really do enough, and it has a few cards that kind of do the same thing, and a few cards that really don't do enough again. So let's start off. Well, Kasha is the first zombie that doesn't really do a whole lot. Red Eye Zombie doesn't do enough. Endless Decay doesn't do enough. Immortal Ruler doesn't do enough. The Knight of Underworld and the Bella of Underworld, they don't do enough. We had like Beast of Pharaoh, Scapegoat, which is still too slow even by, you know, Samurai Warlords standards. So that was one of the things that made the zombie deck have trouble doing, is its consistency wasn't well enough, wasn't high enough. And oftentimes the zombie deck would draw bricks. So you would see, like, either we would have high-level zombies that we can't play right away, or the zombie monsters we can play right away don't lead us to our combo. Which, the zombie horde combo, basically all it centers around is either getting, you're basically trying to either get off the metaverse trap, or you're trying to send Otherworldly Banshee to the graveyard, so you can get Zombie World, so you can summon Doom King of the, Doom King Balderdrach. I'm gonna butcher that name. Basically, that's your whole goal. Your whole goal is to just summon this badass zombie monster that is a walking negate and a banisher, and that zombie monster is mucho excelente. If you're into zombies, this is the guy you want on your team. The structure deck had some really good cards going for it. To real quickly spread that out, I mean, we obviously had Balderdrach, we had the Banshee, we had Solitaire and Unizombie and Mizuki. We had these really powerful zombies, and we had Gozuki, which is like just, you know, Armageddon Knight for zombies, which is really great. I would even argue the Tatsunekro is actually even good. I know that some people who have reviewed this deck before don't particularly care for it, and that's fine, but I think this card is actually really good, especially for this zombie deck. Just getting out the big boss monster, which we'll get to that in a minute, but they also had another way to get to it, which Glow Up Bloom, so you had another way to get to Baldur's. And then of course we had, you know, Haunted Shrine, we had what was it called? Return of the Zombie. These are basically called the Haunted for zombies. Anti-Spell didn't really do anything, and neither did Master Restrict. And then of course Overpowering Eye. So basically, in short, the reason why the zombie deck didn't do as well as it could have done is basically it was consistency, bricks, and frank, the structure deck comes with cards that don't really, they're better in the sideboard than they are in the main. Like Mask Restrict and Anti-Spell Fragrance. These cards are better used if in the sideboard. So buying triple of that, great, you have some power against things like True Draco if you're playing competitively, and things against pendulums. But if you're playing this like in the real world, you'd want like Terraforming and Foolish and all that stuff. So the deck definitely just had too many cards that just didn't mesh well. Now we're going to come over to the Samurais, which is the winner. So here's the thing. This is Samurai Fury. Now, this had a handful of cards in the deck that don't really do enough for the deck, right? To really get it going. And that was Immortal Bushi and Future Samurai. Those are the two big cards that are in the Samurai deck that don't do enough. These two cards, they don't have anything to do with the 6 Samurais. They just have something to do with Warriors. And the other guy's just, you know, a Gemini monster, which was basically useless. But other than that, everything in this structure deck works together. It's all about getting multiple samurais out there And if you can get 2 or more samurais, and basically what the duel boiled down to, it was, for the zombie deck, it was about getting the zombie world out so they can make their plays. For samurais, it was about getting to gateway. So basically, it was a race to see who could get to what they needed first, and the samurai deck functioned better without gateway, better than the zombie deck functioned without zombie world. So, and one of the other big reason why this deck took that win is because this is a warrior-based deck that does not rely on these guys being warrior type on the field. As far as I can tell, only one card required these guys to be warriors to get maximum effort, and that was the A-Force, the spell card. But that's just an attack boost, nothing more. And a lot of these guys, you know, and comparatively to the zombie deck, when it came to a level, you know, low-level guys versus low-level guys in a fist fight, these guys were just, they were better. A lot of them were stronger, they could stay on the field, and if you got more than one, some of these guys could attack multiple times or get rid of problematic spells and traps. So the samurai deck literally had, I mean, like, if they got their zombie necro guy, the Boulder Drock out, this deck didn't, I mean, they only had a handful of ways to deal with it. But if it couldn't deal with it, you know, if it was a fist fight, they had the win there. But in the low level zones, where it was like 4s and belows, these guys had them just beat. Samurais did a lot of hack and slash on these zombie guys. And if, you know, let's face it, you know, it is samurais versus zombies, well, who's wearing armor and who's carrying a katana, just saying. And I'll guarantee you, if anybody who's watching, if Team Sam happens to be watching this, I guarantee you he has a reaction something like this. I know. No, just for the record, guys, that's just a clip from one of his recent videos. I just wanted to throw that in here just for the shits and giggles. But ultimately, the winner of this fight is the samurais. Alright guys, well if you like this video, the Structure Deck Wars, make sure that you comment down below. Let me know that you're enjoying, what you think I could do to make the series better. Give me one of these, I'd be greatly appreciative. And yeah, I'm Ben2000 yugioh. I'm your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero. I'll catch you next time. Peace.